All right, in this video, we're looking at another budget-friendly intelligent light. This one is the 150 watt LED beam light from Shehds. Let's talk about it. Well, if you're new to the channel, my name is Ryland Russell. I'm a worship and media arts pastor here at Central Baptist Church in Owasso. The room we're going to test this light in is our sanctuary, and it seats around 400 people, depending on how many chairs we have in here. It's wide, not long, and so we'll kind of show you what this light can do in this space. Controlled lighting. We've got a bunch of other fixtures on stage that I'll compare directly to some other really budget-friendly units that we have implemented in our stage design. So let's just talk about this LED light right here. Right now it's off. I'm going to turn it on and we can kind of see I've got a boom mic right out of frame here. As I turn that on, let's see if you can hear it kick on. Like all intelligent lights that I've used, they all are going to have fan noise. Now, some are a little bit quieter than others. This unit right here, as it's kicking on, the motors are kind of getting adjusted. It's about the same as my Shehds Intimidator 255 IRCs. No one notices them in the room. Let's talk about physically on this light. You've got a 150 watt LED and it is super bright. We're going to compare it to some of my first lights I ever bought, Blizzard G-Max 150s. Those can do a lot more than these lights, but they can get that same really narrow beam angle. So speaking of beam angles, the reason you would buy this light is that it is a super narrow beam that you can get that really sharp edge light with haze in the room. And it can get down to almost the same 2.2 degree beam angle that this light can do with this really big lens that it's got on it. So we'll compare those head to head. Physically on the light itself, it's got PowerCon connection, which is great, and then 3-pin XLR and an on-off switch and a fuse, so it's very bare bones and simple when it comes to connections, but it's solid. One thing I do like about this light is it can be flown or rigged with one Omega clamp that it comes with instead of two like a lot of lights, so that means you're just using one clamp instead of two. This light is about half the size of a G-Max 150, about the same size as a Shehds 255, so smaller than those Intimidator 350s that a lot of people have, or the Rogue Shehds lights are going to be a lot larger than this light. As far as specs go, the Beam 150 can do 12 different colors with color splits. It has 12 built-in gobos and a faceted prism, so you can kind of break up that light a little bit and spread it out, but it's not going to be anything like an irisable light fixture. And this light is going to take 16 channels in your DMX chain for each light to be able to control it. So as we compare the Blizzard G-Max 150 to the Shehds 150 beam, you can see that they're really, really similar. To the naked eye, I would say that the Shehds is actually a little bit brighter, and that is probably because it's not irising down the light. It's actually that natural beam angle with the lens. So at 2.2 degrees, it's getting a little bit brighter light, a little bit stronger beam. Now, I think the gobos are great. You can break up the light a little bit, use the prism to get some interesting designs. One thing I will say about this light, if you're considering beams, I would not get beams as your first intelligent light. You really need about 4 beams to really do any kind of designs in the room. One beam will just look silly. It'll look like somebody holding a mag light, just pointing it out on your wall or something. And definitely use haze. If you don't have haze, these won't really do much for you because they're not washes. So the question is, will I be buying more of these for our lighting rig here at Central? I think I'm going to buy one more, and that way I have 4 lights that can do the really tight beam angles combined with my G-Max 150s. Those G-Maxes, I only have 2 of them, so that we kind of don't always know what to do with them. And I could combine them with these for another $500 and really have some really tight angle beams to kind of go to for different looks. So for $500, I think that this is a really good option if you're looking for beams. Others that are out there, you got Shehds Intimidators and some Rogue stuff. Those are gonna be, $1,500 and up that I've seen. So for the money, I think that this is a good value. So check them out. I'm going to link in the description. I appreciate you using those links. That kicks back me a little bit of money for doing this review, and it really helps the channel. And if you're a worship and tech person, remember, guys, as we try to be good stewards of our money, let's do great things. Let's do it all for God's glory. See you in the next one.